Thank you so much to our panelists for sharing. Up next, for our next speaker, we have Michael from STP, who's going to share with us more about the identity layer for autonomous world. So, Michael, are you ready? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Hello, so here representing SCP Network and how we're bringing the portal to autonomous worlds. So a little bit of background. We were launched in 2019. SCP was the decentralized tokenization protocol. So basically tokens for DAOs. There's currently 15,000 token holders that include investors, partners, and core contributors. And these are some of the exchanges that we're listed on. So where we started was as a DAO governance, basically, with a product called Click. And these are some examples of proposals that were made by DAOs. So DAOs were using the tool to do proposals and also airdrop rewards to their communities. And the reason that autonomous worlds is similar is because autonomous worlds are basically, digital ecosystems that are governed by blockchain. And so one of the key factors of an autonomous world is that it needs to be, the rules should be edited by the users. They should be editable by the users. And so it's basically like a DAO-run game, people think of it as. So there's this famous quote from OS Park, which is autonomous worlds have hard gigantic boundaries, formalized instruction rules, and no need for privileged individuals to keep the world alive. So basically, if the studio goes out of business or they decide to stop supporting the game, it can still be maintained by the community that plays the game. This is like the current ecosystem for autonomous worlds. As you can see, it's mostly infrastructure. You've probably never heard of any of these games on the right unless you're really into autonomous worlds, because a lot of them haven't really found product market fit yet in terms of usability. And so that's what a lot of the platforms and the infrastructure are doing right now. They're making these games more playable, making it easier for developers to build on them as well. This is the most famous autonomous worlds project. It's called Dark Forest. It was based on a Chinese book, famous Chinese science fiction book, and basically all these planets are governable by the blockchain. People can build on top of them. You use the CK proofs to obscure game data from each other. This is a more recent game called Primordium. It's kind of like a factory-based game. It's also fully on-chain, and it's also autonomously running, so all these assets can be maintained and changed by players. So basically, what we're planning to build with the identity portal is this avatar that stores your autonomous worlds like EMS. So that's our first product, is the naming service, followed by kind of this avatar that can store like different achievements and badges that you get through different game experiences. And so we're using 6951 for that. We also have a partnership with AGLDAO, which is something I contribute to as well. Basically, AGLDAO is a DAO formed around the Adventure Gold token. And we work with different games on the left here, which are all building on this autonomous worlds concept. And so through AGLDAO, we have a great partnership of autonomous worlds projects. And that's it. Thank you.
Right, thank you so much, Michael, for the very brief sharing. Do you have some time for some Q&A from the crowd, if there's any? Is there anybody crowd who would like to ask Michael any questions? Alright, if there isn't, thank you so much, Michael. So we can move on to the next speaker. For the next session, we have Roshan, who is the researcher over at Marlin, and he's gonna share with us more about trustless coprocessor for limitless compute. So at this point, if anybody outside wanna head in for the sharing, I welcome you to join us in the room.
Alright, cool. Let's get started. So, I'm Roshan, I'm a researcher at Marlin, and we are currently building coprocessors for Infracon. So, let's start with what I mean by what is a coprocessor. Right? So, traditionally, a core processor is like an additional processor that you use to basically supplement your main processor. An example would be like a GPU for a CPU. And it's usually better at certain tasks than the CPU. Like it's either faster, cheaper, or more efficient. And you can sometimes offer entirely new capabilities. For example, your phone probably has an independent network card which enables you to talk with mobile networks and stuff, which a CPU can't really do. And why the coprocessor is an additional cost? The reason why we do it is because it usually improves the performance of your system or like the cost of the system as a whole. And like it usually provides the ability to customize the system. For example, if you buy a desktop off the shelf, you can add additional stuff into your desktop and like make it more capable. So usually it's upgradable independent of the other components that you would have in the system. So like there's some examples over here. The one on the probably recognize the GPU. That's probably the most popular one. So the one on the top left is like a very old floating point processor. In the days of old, your CPU couldn't really do any floating point stuff. It was like stuck on just doing integer stuff. So you need a separate chip to floating point. And the one in the top middle is what you currently have in your iPhones. It's like a secure enclave that's inside your iPhone system as well. And on the top right, you have like an audio card, which augments your CPU with like audio processing capabilities. Nice, full screen plug into it. And the one on the bottom left is like an Ethernet card. Obviously, your CPU can't talk to the network without Ethernet. So, what we want to provide is basically that. So the way you currently add a GPU to your system to make it faster, more efficient, and all of that, we want to do that for Ethereum or like other blockchains. So, yeah, let's answer the most important question, which is why? So, main reason is this. Experience on Web3 today sucks because smart contracts are like really expensive, and that's because the execution today is basically performed by all the validators on the network, right? And Ethereum targets like maximum decentralization, which means it has to support hardware that's not as strong, and it also has to like target common hardware that anybody and everybody can use. So, and it also makes a decision to like prioritize correctness and simplicity over performance. It is not to say that these decisions are bad. These decisions are good for what Ethereum actually provides. So, yeah. The goal of Ethereum is to be like decentralized, to be accessible to as many people as possible. And since it's a very core infrastructure component, it has to be like ideal and have like a low surface area for parts and whatnot. The problem here is that this basically makes Ethereum slow. You have a limited instruction set, for example. All the CPUs today probably have vector instructions which are not exposed inside the game at all, and you don't have any hardware acceleration. So let's try to redesign our own compute coprocessor that can help Ethereum. So I have a few goals over here. For one, all the compute is basically performed by every validator, so let's minimize the amount that needs to be done. And while doing this, I'm fine incurring the cost of like high-end compute on the coprocessor itself, right? Because it scales better. And obviously, I want it to be usable from the blockchain, so I need smart contract communication. And for that, I'm willing to make it as centralized. That makes sense. So, does it seem familiar to you? Because what I just described is what rollups are. So they excel at literally one task, which is quickly and cheaply prove that a given set of transactions takes a blockchain from like state A to state B. And the way to minimize on-chain compute is basically by shifting the burden onto a group. So your secret rollup is basically your repository today. And a nice property is they are stackable, so you can just have rollups and rollups and rollups and but rollups still don't really work out for us because rollups are fundamentally also just smart contracts, right? Which means they are limited by the same limitation that you have on Ethereum. Which is that you don't have a lot of capabilities today. Like you basically only access data that's already on the blockchain. You can't really access data that's on like other blockchains. You can't access data from your usual Web2 APIs. You can't serve requests to users. You can't do anything long term. Any transaction is like quite small, completes in milliseconds. And you can't really perform any computation in private because most of the transactions are just public. So our goal is to do so much more than that. That's why we're building our platform. So let's think of a little hypothetical. So what if my smart contract could get full internet access and possibly make API queries from the services? Right? What if I could get access to data that's on other blockchains and directly process them? What if I could write my code like us to C++ instead of Solid? And what if I get better VMs than the EVM, maybe more efficient? And how can I run servers that are like directly accessible by users through the internet, especially if they are compatible with your existing browsers, which means HTTP, and stuff? And how do I support like pluggable security so apps can make the choice for themselves? So there's good news and bad news here. The good news is that our does provide all of this. The bad news is it doesn't provide all of it all the time. You kind of have to pick and choose between what you want for the application. And the most basic thing that you guys probably would be picking and choosing is what is the security model that you want. So one choice is of course ZK proofs. It provides cryptographic proof of computation. This means it supports like a wide variety of proof systems and different trade-offs based on like proof sizes, proving times, what's supported under and all this stuff. And if done well, it basically gives you privacy for free. Right? And the primary goal is of course to make large amounts of like compute cheap to verify on-chain. So ZK proofs provide cryptographic security, which is the highest level you can get, but currently they're like pretty expensive and like pretty slow, like limited capabilities. The other choice that we provide is secure enclaves. So these are hardware isolated environments that isolate all your code and data from environments like privileges, including the host that's actually running. Like it's pretty popular to build into like most new CPUs will find today. Cloud providers are like nice and clear good, and like the confidential computing type. And like something we are really excited about is AWS is also building like enclaves into GPUs now. So yeah, we will probably see some applications go there as well. So enclaves are like much cheaper, much faster, and like they're infinitely more capable than ZK proofs. But the security you get is not from cryptography; it's from the administration from the hardware provider. So depending on that, depending on what your requirements are, you will probably pick one of like three paths to using Oyster. One is of course going serverless using enclaves. So this is best suited for like short tasks. If you need like low latency and high performance. Like one example is like your usual API service for backends that you guys have. You pay only for what you use because it's serverless, and you can sort of access the entire network. So that means you have access to like to APIs, RPCs, to other chains, and like full data support. The other option is do the same thing using ZK proofs. So you get better security in the form of you just get the highest level of cryptographic security, but you kind of have to make some trade-offs over there. One major trade-off is you can't really access let's say data on the network because you can't really create ZK proofs for the ALS connections. You are like the data changes around. And it's also like relatively a lot more expensive and it's slower to generate a ZK proof and computation just to this. So that's one. And the third option for those of you who don't want serverless is just run your own servers. So this is well suited for like tasks that are long running on the perpetual, so that they run forever. There's a dedicated capacity for your server with like stateful execution. So you can sort of save stuff on there, save stuff in memory that you use to serve the next request. Don't have to do everything from scratch again. And you can basically run anything in any language because at the end of the day, what you have is a server. So your current code will just work inside that, just like that. and you get obviously the highest level of like latency and performance from this. So yeah, there's no one size fits all. It's all a trade-off. It was based on what you want, and instead of just picking it ourselves, we believe that we should just offer a toolbox, and applications are sort of free to choose what works best for their use cases. So this is something that people are already building on us today. So we have like people building backends. We have some people working on like MPFS, gateways and all, gateways for Pocket, for example. Like there's a project working on Oracle. There's some people building MVP bots and stuff. EAS is not using master for the custom cryptography because Ethereum obviously doesn't have precompilers for everything. So to support our ZK needs, we are also building like a proof market. So let's say you have apps that need ZK proofs to be generated, but they don't really have the kind of powerful hardware or like memory requirements that you need. So we sort of have a specialized network of operators, one much more efficient since they serve a lot from multiple projects. They're like much faster and cheaper because they have like specialized hardware that's tuned to generating ZK proofs. So yeah, this is something we're working on as well. Alright, yeah, so to wrap it up, if you guys need computer apps that you want to be verifiable on chain, or you guys are probably running servers today, feel free to come speak to us, or so that it will be a very good fit for you. And if you guys are building something cool, obviously happy to provide grants and credits. We just launched an alpha mainnet like a couple of months back, so yeah, if you guys want that service. And yeah, that's it from my side. Can be found on our socials. Obviously, I'll be around the event, so if you guys want to talk to me, feel free to come and pick it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prashant. So please say hello to him if you have any cool ideas that you want to bounce off him. So for our next speaker, can I please invite Ben, who is the founder and CEO of Novis, up on stage? 2 minutes. Okay.